Down with me today. Let me ask you this. Are you taking the major medical?
Yes.
You are taking the major medical. Okay, that's great. So I'm going to go over the AFLAC piece just very quickly, kind of let you know how it works. I drew a little scenario here, and this is a claim story that came out of my office. We had a gentleman who was in a car accident, and he broke his leg. He was out of work for 3 months, and for most employees, I think you would agree with this, if you were out of work for 3 months, that would have a big impact on your household, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wrote some of the medical bills here, and most employees know that your major medical is going to cover a portion of those. Obviously, if it happens on the job, workers' comp would cover a lot of these. If someone does not have major medical, they may go down to Jackson Memorial or something like that, and these medical bills may never get paid. And that's okay. But if you do have medical, you're going to have to pay your copays, you're going to have to pay your deductible, and one $25 copay is not going to kill you. But he was going to physical therapy 4 days a week for 6 weeks, and he had to pay $25 every time he went. And while he's having to pay that, these things are still rolling in. And if an employee does not have AFLAC, these daily living expenses are really, they can be difficult to pay. But if an employee does have AFLAC, these are the exact things that AFLAC covers. So we pay cash to our policyholders based on any sickness or any injury, and however you as the policyholder need to use the money, that's how you use the money. If you needed to use the money to cover your out-of-pocket medical expenses, like your deductibles or copays, you could. Most of my policyholders use it for their everyday living expenses, their mortgage, their rent, their groceries. Or let's say that you needed to take some time off work to recover. You could use the money to replace your paycheck. It doesn't matter which bucket you use the money for, but AFLAC will never pay the doctors and the hospitals. We always pay the policyholder. Because every time you're sick or injured, there's always an out-of-pocket cost, whether it's the gas in the car to get there or the actual copay at the doctor. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you married?
Yes.
You are married. Do you have kids?
Yes.
Okay. And would you say that at this stage in your life you're more concerned about accident or illness?
Illness.
Okay, tell me why.
I guess because I have kids and they get sick, or we're getting up there in age. So.
Okay. And is there any family history of heart attack, stroke, or cancer?
No.
No one. And what about on your wife's side?
My wife said yes.
Okay. So usually the way that I like to do it is I'm going to go over a couple of different plans, and then I'm going to rate them on what I think is most important to least important for you. But at the end of the day, you're the policyholder, so you have to decide what's best for you. Now, the company is offering short-term disability. Did you take a look at that short-term disability?
No, I haven't had a chance.
You didn't? Okay. So they're going to go over that with you. I'll go over kind of the AFLAC products and how they tie in, and then we'll go from there. The first plan that I'm going to go over with you is the accident plan. This is the most common plan. This is the one that the duck commercials are about. The duck doing yoga, the duck gets hurt, the duck gets paid. That's going to be this plan. It's going to cover on-the-job injuries and off-the-job injuries. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week coverage. And this plan is going to pay you for the treatment of injuries. I do not want you to pigeonhole this plan as car accidents only. It is going to pay out for car accidents, but it's going to be anything little, like you crack your tooth and you have to go to the dentist. Your daughter slams her hand in the door and breaks her pinky. Your son steps in a hole and breaks his ankle chasing a soccer ball. Or if you get hurt back there on the assembly line. I'm a little bit concerned about that. You guys work at a fast pace. So this is going to pay out on the initial visit, all your follow-up visits, any treatment due to an injury, this plan is going to pay out on, okay? The price per pay period is $7.68 per pay period for an individual. And I'm going to write you in parentheses. And then for a family, it's $23.70 per pay period. And it's going to come out of your paycheck before taxes. All right, so that's the first one. The second one that I'm going to go over is the hospital plan. This one is more designed to cover sickness than it is an injury. And I'm going to kind of go over how this works. This is going to work with your major medical since you took the major medical. Night one that a policyholder is hospitalized, it's going to pay out $600 right out the gate, night one. If you have to go to the ER, it's going to pay you $50. Doctor visits, we're going to pay you $25 per doctor visit, and you're going to get 3 per calendar year for an individual. So if you go get a physical, we're going to pay you $25, and if you go to the doctor because you think you have strep throat, we're going to pay you $25. All right. Medical diagnostic and imaging, those are things like CT scans, MRI, stress tests, angiogram, arteriogram. They're all listed there. ambulance rides, surgeries, that can be inpatient or outpatient. Invasive diagnostic exams, those are all of your scopies, colonoscopy, bronchoscopy, endoscopy, they're all listed there. And then every day that you're hospitalized, you're also going to get paid every single day that you're hospitalized. So it's not just the first night, it's every night, okay? And so this particular plan is $10.76 per pay period.